Police are still working to determine exactly what happened. What's hindering them a little bit is that the security cameras outside of the Grand Hall were not working on Sunday night. It would have been extremely helpful for police as they face the parking lot where you can still see shell casings on the ground.
From the house, you can see one bullet hole striking a tree here. So this kind of gives you a little bit of a picture of where the shots were fired. The West End Beach just reopened in May, and we're already starting to see some of the problems that proved to be an issue during Hurricane Nate. You can see the water already starting to pool in the roadway, and while it doesn't look like it's a lot now, that's going to be significant as we move closer to Tropical Storm Gordon making landfall. Take a look at how thick this layer of ice here. This is the reason that AlDOT has closed the I-10 Bayway. It is just way too dangerous and way too slippery. And we've just learned in the last few minutes here that this is a hit and run investigation. Whoever hit this person on the side of I-10 this morning did leave after this accident. Right now we are in Lynn Haven, Florida, one of the hardest hit areas from Hurricane Michael. Happening right now, President Donald Trump, you can see behind me, distributing water at one of FEMA's distribution centers. And I have just learned that everyone who was inside of this house at the time that the fire broke out did make it out safely, so that is a very good news here.
One of the most amazing things we've seen here today is this billboard. You can see how the force of the winds completely bent the metal structure. John Arrington tells me that he was working in this shed behind me around 8:30 when he saw a car drive up right under his carport here. He saw a man get out, proceed to walk up his back steps and enter his bedroom door. Hey, good afternoon, Devin. We've been here since about 3:30 this morning, and now you can see is really when the wind has started to pick up. We're a good bit through the school day here at Davidson High School and still no problems. School officials saying they don't believe the threat made yesterday was credible, but out of an abundance of caution, we're still seeing an extra police presence here on campus. Very active scene as crews are just working to clear this derailment from Highway 31. Again, your detour route, you're going to have to get off at Canoe Road or off at Sardis Church Road and just make your way around Highway 31 and either get back or get back onto I-65. Live in Escambia County, Alabama, Katarina Luketich, WKRG News 5. The flames were massive and they almost turned deadly.
It was completely engulfed, and I slammed it and started screaming fire.
There were 5 adults and a baby inside the home on Central Avenue. Tracy Weaver tells us everyone made it out on their own, except her stepfather, who's in his 70s. He was trapped in one of the rooms.
I heard him, but I couldn't see him. I couldn't, the smoke was so bad. And I just basically said my goodbye right there. I couldn't do it. I mean, I wanted to, but I couldn't.
But that's when a mystery man quite literally saved the day.
Pulled up and run inside and dragged him out.
We don't know who he was, but we want to tell him thank you.
As for how this all started, Tracy says she was cleaning out the fireplace and placed the ashes in a box on the front porch, not realizing some of the embers were still hot. Unfortunately, the family lost all 5 of their dogs in the fire, but all 6 people are safe, something the Weavers credit to their mystery hero. In Wilmer, Katarina Luketich, WKRG News 5.
Good morning! He's so excited!
As students walked in for their first day of school, they weren't only greeted by teachers.
Good morning, y'all ready? Have a first great day, good morning!
But also by Officer Harvey Roberts.
Hey guys, how are you doing this morning? Good. Excited? It's my first day of school too.
Officer Roberts is a Satsuma police officer who serves as a school resource officer. His job to ensure schools are safe.
First day of school? What's really going on here?
This is the 6th year Satsuma has had an armed officer on school campuses.
They are just a continuing presence here on school campus. You know, you drive into a school, you see a police car on campus. That has to give you, peace of mind and comfort if you're a parent.
Satsuma's school security system is being recognized statewide. Last year, Satsuma High School was awarded the Alabama Attorney General's Safe Schools Initiative Award of Excellence.
We take safety very serious around here, and to be one of the 10 schools in the state of Alabama to receive the award, we were very, very proud.
Right now, Officer Roberts splits time between the elementary school and the high school. School officials are hoping to get a second officer sometime this year to have one at each school for the whole day.
I plan on getting with the city soon, and hoping that they can help us out so that we can get a second SRO. But very important that we have a police officer in every school.
School officials say they see the value Officer Roberts brings on campus and plan on continuing to make school security a top priority to ensure students and staff stay safe. In Satsuma, Katarina Luketich, WKRG News 5.
I think her legacy's already been made.
I think she said it.
She said it, and we have to keep it going.
Yeah.
Aubrey Nicholas was a fighter, and the community fought with her during her 11-month battle with DIPG, an aggressive and rare brain tumor. And although she's gone, Brooke and Jay Nicholas say Aubrey's Army is ready to continue fighting.
Just because this battle was lost, we don't want to see the war end on it.
Aubrey already pushed DIPG in the national spotlight by creating the Lemon Face Challenge.
I hope all of you are going to follow. Give us your best lemon face.
Our team is so proud to be a part of Aubrey's Army.
DIPG is rare. Only 200 to 300 kids are diagnosed each year. And because of that, funding for research is low.
It's frustrating seeing these children over and over again, but people have to realize that we are making progress.
Dr. Kathy Warren is researching DIPG. The tumor wraps itself around normal cells, making it impossible to remove with surgery, and chemotherapy isn't effective. She says while there is still no cure for the cancer, clinical trials being done have been promising.
We think we're close to identifying an Achilles heel for these tumors.
But finding the drugs that can effectively treat it will take more research and more funding.
Something has to be done. Something has to be done for this awful monster.
That's where Aubrey's Army steps in. Brooke and Jay Nicholas plan on starting a foundation to fund research for DIPG so that eventually other families won't have to go through what they and several other families in our area did.
We know that she's probably not the last child around here that's going, as sad as it is, that's going to get it, and we want to be able to help those families and help maybe the community to rally behind them as well.
Behind their efforts, researchers working tirelessly.
People often ask me why I do this and why I focus on DIPG, and it's really the patients and their families that drive this. But the children and their families are all so special. They remind us how precious life is every day and how powerful hope is every day, and really just keep us going.
An army made up of researchers, devoted parents, and a committed community will continue the fight that Aubrey started. For WKRG News 5, I'm Katarina Luketich.